Today, we are going to explore a feeling that is deeply painful, yet rarely discussed openly because it carries so much shame. It is the feeling of being invisible. Do you ever feel like you are speaking, but your words are just dissolving into thin air? Do you walk into a room and feel like a ghost, unseen and unheard? Do you find yourself puzzled, wondering why people seem to look right through you or tune you out, even when you are trying your hardest to connect? It is a heavy feeling. It sits in the chest like a cold stone. But here is the hopeful truth. If this is a pattern in your life, it might not be a reflection of your worth, but rather a reflection of some subtle habits you may have developed without even realizing it. We're going to talk about 5 specific behaviors that might be causing people to ignore you. Please hear me when I say this. This video is not about blaming you. It is not about pointing fingers or making you feel small. It is about empowerment. It is about holding up a gentle mirror so you can see what might be blocking the connection you crave. Awareness is the first step toward change. So let us explore these 5 habits with curiosity and kindness, not judgment. The first habit we need to examine is the art of listening, or rather, the lack of it. Ask yourself honestly, do you tend to speak a lot more than the people around you? When you are in a conversation, are you truly listening? Or are you just waiting for your turn to speak? If you find that you are constantly talking about your own experiences, your own problems, and your own opinions without pausing to let others breathe, this might be a major reason why people are tuning you out. Conversation is an energy exchange. It is a game of catch. If you hold the ball the entire time, the other person cannot play. When we dominate a conversation, even if we are just excited to share, it sends a subconscious signal to the other person that we are not interested in them. It says, "My reality is more important than yours." Eventually, people stop trying to interject. They withdraw their energy because they realize there is no space for them in the dialogue. Now, I know that for many of you, talking a lot does not come from a place of arrogance. It often comes from anxiety. We talk to fill the silence because silence feels scary. Or maybe you just have so much to share and you are eager to connect. But true connection happens in the listening. It happens when we ask questions and genuinely care about the answers. If you want to be heard, you must first learn to hear others. Try this next time. Ask a question, and then count to 5 in your head before you even think about responding. Give them space. The second habit is one that comes from a good place, but lands in a painful way: excessive criticism. Are you someone who deeply cares about the people in your life? Do you want the best for them? Often, this love manifests as a desire to help them improve. You see their potential, so you point out their mistakes. You tell them how they could do things better. You offer constructive feedback constantly, while your intentions are truly admirable and rooted in care. This dynamic can be exhausting for the people around you. If every interaction with you feels like a performance review, people will eventually stop showing up. Nobody wants to feel like they are constantly failing or being graded. If you focus primarily on what is wrong rather than what is right, you become a source of stress rather than a source of comfort. The impression of being someone who only knows how to critique will eventually lead to you being ignored, even by those who love you most. This does not mean you must let your loved ones make dangerous mistakes without saying a word. Measured criticism is important for growth. But think of it like a sandwich. You need the bread of encouragement on the top and bottom to hold the meat of the criticism. For every one critical thing you say, try to find 5 sincere things to praise. When people feel safe and validated by you, they will be much more open to your guidance. When they feel judged, they will build a wall to protect themselves, and you will be left on the outside. The third habit is about the emotional atmosphere you bring into a room. Negativity. Is the glass always half empty for you? Do you bond with people by complaining about the weather, the traffic, your boss, or the state of the world? We often use complaining as a way to vent or to find common ground. But there is a tipping point where it becomes toxic. If you are constantly emitting a frequency of negativity, you become an energy vampire. Think about how you feel when you are around someone who is always cheerful and optimistic. You feel lighter, right? Now think about someone who is always finding the flaw in every situation. You feel drained. You instinctively want to pull away to protect your own mood. According to psychology, humans are wired to avoid pain and seek pleasure. If interacting with you feels like emotional labor because of the heavy negativity, people will naturally start to avoid those interactions. This is not about toxic positivity or pretending everything is perfect when it is not. It is about balance. It is about perspective. It is about asking yourself, am I bringing a solution to the table or just focusing on the problem? It might be a good idea to take a quick reality check. Are you a fountain or a drain? If you notice you have been stuck in a cycle of complaining, try to shift your focus to gratitude. It changes your vibration, and people are naturally attracted to high vibration energy. The fourth habit is a subtle one, often related to self-esteem. Your presence does not grab attention. Do you feel like people do not pay much attention to what you say, even when you have just met them? This can be incredibly frustrating and hurtful. The reason people ignore you might have less to do with your words and more to do with your non-verbal communication. Studies show that people are naturally drawn to confidence. We pay attention to those who believe they are worth listening to. If you walk into a room with your shoulders slumped, your eyes looking at the floor, and your voice barely above a whisper, you are signaling to the world, I am not important. Do not look at me. And the world, unfortunately, often obeys that command. If you feel like your presence does not grab enough attention, it is not because you are not interesting. It is because you are not occupying your space. Working on your body language is a powerful tool. Stand tall. Imagine there is a string pulling the top of your head toward the sky. Make eye contact. Speak with a volume that assumes people want to hear you. When you approach a conversation with the internal belief that you have value, others will feel that shift. It is like turning up the volume on a radio. Suddenly, the signal is clear. Confidence is not a personality trait you are born with. It is a skill you can practice. Fake it until you become it. The fifth and final habit is one that plagues the introverts and the sensitive souls among us: overthinking. Do you consider yourself to be the quiet one in group conversations? Do you feel like the conversation moves faster than you can keep up with? You have a thought, but you analyze it. Is this funny enough? Is this smart enough? Will they understand the reference? By the time you have decided it is safe to speak, the topic has changed and the window has closed. When you overthink, you get the feeling that you are participating because your mind is racing a mile a minute. You are having a very loud conversation inside your own head. But to the outside world, you are silent. People cannot hear your thoughts. They can only hear your voice. If you stay silent for too long, people may get the impression that you are bored, aloof, or simply not interested in them. They ignore you because they assume you do not want to be included. This is a classic case of paralysis by analysis. It is very natural, and almost everyone does it to some degree. But remember, connection is better than perfection. It is better to say something slightly awkward and be part of the moment than to say nothing at all and remain an outsider. Your friends do not need you to be a brilliant orator. They just want you to be present. Try to lower the bar for yourself. You do not need to say the perfect thing. You just need to say something. Now, I want to take a moment to add a very important nuance here. We have talked about 5 things you might be doing, but we must also acknowledge the other side of the coin. Sometimes you can do everything right. You can be a great listener, a kind soul, a positive presence, confident and spontaneous, and people will still ignore you. In those moments, please remember this. It is not always your fault. You can only control your own behavior, not other people's behavior. There is always a chance that the people ignoring you are simply not your people. They might be distracted by their own lives, dealing with their own invisible struggles, or they simply might not be on the same wavelength as you. And that is okay. There is no need to twist yourself into a pretzel to please people who are committed to misunderstanding you. There is no need to change your core self for people who are not interested in forming a relationship with you. If you identify these habits in yourself, work on them for you. Work on them because you want to be a better communicator and a more open-hearted person. But do not work on them just to win the approval of those who who do not value you. Instead, it is better to redirect that beautiful energy into finding the people who do see you. The people who lean in when you speak. The people whose faces light up when you walk into the room. Those people exist, and they are waiting for you. We hope that walking through these 5 points was helpful for you. It is a lot to digest, I know. Self-reflection requires courage, and I am so proud of you for being brave enough to look at these things. Do any of these describe your experience? Which one resonated with you the most? Was it the overthinking, the accidental negativity, or maybe the struggle to find your voice in a loud room? I would love to hear your story. Please leave a comment down below about your encounters with these habits. This community is a safe space, and your vulnerability helps others feel less alone. Also, tell me, would you like a sequel to this video? We could do a deep dive into specific exercises and practical tools on how to remedy these habits, how to practice active listening, how to build that body language confidence, and how to stop the spiral of overthinking. Let us know if that is something that would serve you. If you found value in this video, if it sparked a little light of awareness in your mind, be sure to hit the like button. It helps us so much. And please, share this video with those out there who might be wondering why others always seem to give them a wide berth. You never know who needs to hear this message today. Do not forget to subscribe to the Happy Aura channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. We have so much more content coming your way to help you navigate the complex, messy, and beautiful world of human emotions. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with one final thought. You are worthy of being heard. Your voice matters. Your stories matter. Your presence on this earth matters. Do not let the silence of others make you doubt your own sound. Keep speaking your truth. Keep showing up with kindness. And eventually, the right ears will listen. Thank you for watching from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for being part of this community. Thank you for being you. I am sending you love, light, and a gentle reminder to be kind to yourself today. Drink some water, take a walk, and breathe. You are doing a great job. One final reflection before we truly part ways for the day. I want to touch on the concept of taking up space one last time, because it is so central to the feeling of being ignored. Many of us, especially if we grew up in environments where we were told to be seen and not heard, carry a deep-seated belief that our needs are a burden. We shrink ourselves down. We apologize for existing. We preface our opinions with "this might be a stupid question, but," or "I am sorry to bother you, but." These linguistic tics are like invisibility cloaks. When you apologize for speaking, you are telling the listener that your words are an intrusion rather than a contribution. I want you to try an experiment this week. Catch yourself every time you want to apologize for speaking. Instead of saying sorry, try saying thank you. Instead of sorry for rambling, say thank you for listening. Instead of sorry to take up your time, say, thank you for sparing a moment. This simple swap changes the energy completely. It moves you from a place of subservience to a place of gratitude and equality. It trains your brain to recognize that you have a right to be part of the conversation. And regarding the habit of negativity we discussed, I want to be clear that this does not mean you have to suppress your sadness. Vulnerability is different from chronic complaining. Vulnerability draws people in, complaining pushes them away. Vulnerability says, I am hurting and I need support. Complaining says, everything is wrong and nothing will ever be right. People want to help a friend who is hurting, but people feel helpless around a friend who is committed to seeing the gloom. If you are going through a hard time, ask for what you need clearly. Say, I am having a really rough day, and I just need to vent for 5 minutes, and then I want to talk about something else to distract myself. Is that okay? This shows emotional maturity. It sets a container for the negativity so it does not bleed into the entire interaction. It respects your friend's energy while still honoring your own feelings. I also want to address the overthinkers one more time. I know how loud that internal critic can be. It tells you that everyone is judging you, that you are awkward, that you are weird. But the truth is, most people are too focused on themselves to judge you. They are worrying about how they look, how they sound. We are all just walking around in our own little bubbles of self-consciousness. So, break the bubble. Say the weird thing. Make the bad joke. Stumble over your words. It makes you human. And humans connect with humans, not with perfect robots. The people who are meant to be in your life will love you for your quirks, not in spite of them. They will find your awkwardness endearing. They will appreciate your unique perspective, but they cannot love what you do not show them. So, unmask, step out, speak up. And finally, if you realize that you have been the one ignoring someone else, maybe a quiet friend or a colleague who struggles to fit in, use this awareness to bridge the gap. Be the person who notices the invisible one. Ask them a question. Look them in the eye. Invite them into the circle. Sometimes, the best way to heal our own feeling of exclusion is to ensure we never make anyone else feel that way. We are all in this together, trying to figure out this complicated dance of human connection. Let us make the dance floor a little more welcoming for everyone. Thank you again for spending your precious time with me. Time is the one thing we can never get back, and I am honored that you chose to spend yours here at Happy Aura. Remember to check the description box for resources if you want to read more about the psychology behind social dynamics. We have listed some great books and articles that can help you continue this work on your own. Stay curious, stay open, stay kind. This is Jenny signing off. Have a wonderful morning, noon, or night, wherever you are in this wide, wonderful world. You are loved, you are seen, you are enough. Goodbye, my friends.